What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Ms. Ruth, how are you? You there?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for joining. What's up, Mr. Carlos?
Hey, dude. How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Where you at?
I'm over here at the office. I just
Oh,
switched.
okay.
Yeah, it looks different, but same office.
Nice, nice. Better,
Yep.
better.
Um, all right, man. What's up, Michelle? All right, so I kind of what I want to
Oh,
get
no,
into.
my fault. I was on mute.
Are you good, man? You doing good? Good, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Shoot, I think I'm doing pretty well. I got another lead, somebody who agreed to signing. I just had some questions first
For sure.
about how to go about it, and it looks like two of the other proper pieces of land that she sent me are kind of like they look like they're not worth anything at all. They're like in some strange ass part of Texas. But I do have good news. It turns out that Texas does have affidavits of airship. I mean, Arizona has affidavit of airship. So I had a question around that, and
100%.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, after you said that last week, I did some research, and it turns out Arizona does. It's called affidavit of estate, and if the state is less than $75,000, they could forward the process or speed up the process. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, no, I hear you. All right, so before we jump into that, I want to get into actually generating a list, right? What type of list am I going to generate? This is going to be a generic list. We're also going to look into what other types of lists are there, right? So I think let me make sure this thing's recording. So there's usually two types of lists. You have a generic list that is raw data, right? People that have owned it for a certain amount of time. And then you have a niche list, and that's a list of motivation, right? These are people that are going through pre-foreclosure, people that are tax delinquent, going through probate, all that type of stuff. So these next these next 10, 20 minutes, we're going to strictly spend it on actually generating a list. So I'm going to generate it with you guys. And this recording is going to be posted on the Facebook group. So all right, let me share my screen. All right, so first thing first, you want to go to Listsource. So you go in there, you create an account, and that account immediately you're paying like 11 cents a record, right? So what people do is you go to yellowletterhq.com, and if you go, where is it? Shop, you go to shop, you're able to check out, you're able to get a login information for cheaper leads through Listsource, right? So you're just gonna go here and it's gonna be 97 bucks a month. Um, and that's pretty much it. And then you get an account, right? So they're gonna give you an account, and this is basically how we're pulling a list, right? So first thing first, you want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and choose your markets, whatever counties you're targeting, whatever major market you're in, you want to go on the outskirts as well. All on the outskirts. So for instance, for us, we do Houston and all the outskirts. We do Dallas, all the outskirts. San Antonio and all the outskirts. You know, as a city gets more populated, there is a lot more, there is a lot more demand. And what happens when there's a lot more demand? Prices go up, right? So then people are forced to move into the outskirts. And we're meeting them exactly where they're at, right? So for us, we'll do Harris County, and then you choose all the other counties. Let's say all of these are outskirts. Obviously not, but let's, for educational purposes, I'm gonna just put all of these. Um, so that's on ListSource. So then once you choose your counties, you're gonna go to property. Property types, boom. And you're then going to go and choose the type of properties that you're interested in, right? So a lot of people ask me, like, is it just land that we target? Nah, dude. We target absolutely everything. It could be houses, it could be land, it could be multifamily, it could be industrial, whatever it is. As long as you get it for the right price, you're good. You make money when you buy. So keep that in mind, you know? So as long as we're getting a property at a decent price, we're solid. So in our case, we do multifamily, duplexes, industrial, quads, single family residence, townhouses as well, and vacant land. And if you guys have any questions, just drop it in the chat while I do this. So once you have the property types that you're interested in, you then go over to that same property section right here, and you're going to do last market sell date. And you want to target people that have purchased from 1900 all the way up to 2015. So keep in mind, the more, these majority of these properties that we're getting are from people that have owned it for 20 plus years, right? Um, 10, 20 plus years. And honestly, that's really the only way that you're going to get a decent deal. Because if you go ahead and target somebody that just purchased the property, let's say last year, you know, obviously they're going to know what the market value is, and they're not going to give you a discount, right? So you put the last market sell date, and then you go to options, and you want to click absentee owner. You're going to exclude trustee owned properties. So keep in mind, um, this list it wouldn't be ready for direct mail per se, right? Um, with direct mail, we're automatically targeting trustees, we're targeting everybody, right? Um, with a direct mail campaign, it's a lot more sniperish, right? So we're having to snipe these people. We're not gonna go ahead and target the entire county because there's certain areas in certain counties that there's no point of marketing to it, you know? Like there's a little pocket up in up in Huffman, right? Dude, all the properties, they are like selling for like $10,000, $15,000, $5,000. So there's no point of us even marketing to that area, Sending out mail, I mean. Um, because obviously, I mean, it's more expensive. If you're gonna send out mail, it's gonna be a lot more expensive, and you don't want to spend it on bullshit areas. So in this case, this list would be good for SMS marketing and cold call marketing, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and target the entire county. We're not gonna go nitpick what city or what zip code. Nah, we're not gonna do that. Uh, Once you do a direct mail campaign, you could. So so we're gonna exclude the trustees, exclude corporate owned property. So these are gonna be your LLCs and both mailing and property address. So you want to keep that, and boom, you're left with a certain amount of records. So all you got to do now is go to purchase list, and you're going to remove duplicate property mailing addresses. And something that I would also do is I would add the total assessed value, and it's completely free. It's completely free. So boom, that's your list. 80,000 records. And if let's say you don't want to buy 80,000 records. Say you only want to buy 10,000 records. That'll drop you down to $300. So so this is a general list, a generic list, I mean, right? Now, a list, a motivated seller list, such as your pre-foreclosure or direct or, divorce, bankruptcy, stuff like that. You go to Propstream for that. So this is $100, $100 a month. And I don't know my password. Give me a second. Did I change it? Okay, yeah, there it is. So so if I was brand new starting off, I'm grabbing 5,000 from Listsource with this exact same criteria that I just showed you on here. And then I'd grab maybe another 5,000 from Propstream. So all you got to do here is choose the counties that you're interested in. And then you got these filters, right? So as of right now, there's 2,800 pre-foreclosures in the city, but we're not interested in every single one of them. So for MLS status, so if you drop here below, you see MLS status. We want properties that have never been listed or just, canceled, withdrawn, expired, right? And that drops you down to 1,700 properties. Owner type information, we need individuals. And you could choose here if you want somebody, if you want somebody that's owner occupying it. Uh, Usually there's more motivation if somebody's not living there. If they're living there, it is what it is, They're going through pre-foreclosure and they're working it out, because they live there. They don't have anywhere else to go. But if somebody's losing a house that they don't even live in, they're most likely to sell at a discount, right? So so you put that and the property type, the property details. So if you do residential, put all residential. That brings you down to 1,400. If you do vacant land, I guess there's zero. And if you do everything, so keep in mind, if you do everything, you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get swamps, you're gonna get commercial buildings, skyscrapers, you name it. Churches, you're gonna get absolutely everything. So typically, if you're brand new starting off, you don't want to jump straight into strip centers, shopping centers, stuff like that, skyscrapers. I'm not saying that you can't and that it can't be done on your first time, but if it's your first time around, I would probably just stick to residential and vacant land, you know? So keep in mind, this is just a list for pre-foreclosures. If I keep the same criteria and I go over here to divorce, I click divorce, I got 1,600 records, So there's a lot of records. There's a crazy amount of records. Free probate, this is people that have inherited properties. You got 935 over here. Um, and yeah. So once you come up with a once you come up with a property with a oh, right here on market, no, that's what I forgot. So once you come up with a list, all you got to do is add this property to whatever list that you have. You can create a list. So this could be pre-foreclosures in Harris County. And if you do another county, let's say Dallas, then you just type in here Dallas County. And boom, now you have you have 935 in Harris County and another 350 in Dallas County, you know? And that's pretty much it. So very simple. All right, we got two questions here. So how often are you pulling new lists? Have you used batch leads before? So as far as pulling new lists, we're grabbing new lists every single month, you know? At the beginning of every single month, we buy new lists and we take them through the funnel, right? That funnel is cold calling, SMS marketing, and direct mail, you know? So we want to hit them, we want to target them from every single angle. The the more angles you're able to hit them, the more likely it is that you'll get in touch with them, you know? Did that answer your question, bro?
Yeah. Quick follow-up to that
Yeah.
is I guess for example, like I'm pulling lists here in Galveston County. And like for example, the absentee owner list. Um, or I guess in my market, how do you not run out of people to pull? Because eventually you'll have everybody's record, right?
Right. You expand your criteria.
You okay, so you expand the
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like if so you could do this, right? You could target people that have bought from 1900 all the way up to 2005. So that's how I originally started, right? I started off only targeting people that have bought, that purchased 15 plus years ago, long, long time ago. But then I started I was running into that same issue. I don't have no more fucking records. There's no more records that I could pull. I've already pulled all these. So Listsource gives you an option to suppress the current list that you're purchasing against previous lists that you bought. That way you're not able to buy duplicates, right? Because you don't want to buy duplicates. And the issue was that I would run out of lists. So all we did was increase the time frame, you know? So instead of 2005, we went up to 2010. Once we ran out of records from 1900 all the way up to 2010, we then went up to like 2015. So shortly, we'll probably have to go up to like 2019. And I don't want to do it before, I don't want to target after COVID, right? Because that's when shit just started exploding. Before 2020, before COVID, that's when things were still, they were still kind of stabilized, right? It wasn't a shit show as far as market values go, right? Um, so yeah, man. So you just keep opening up your criteria. That's all it is. If you're only targeting houses, okay, throw in some townhouses, throw in some vacant land. What about agricultural? You got industrial, you got shopping centers.
Mm.
So so yeah, man. So what type of lists are you targeting? What type of property types?
I mean, you might laugh at this, but I haven't pulled a list in like ages. Like it's just single family. But whenever the last list that I pulled was single family.
Okay. How
I
long
haven't
ago?
I want to say like 6, 7 months ago.
Okay, no worries, man. It's one of those things. But keep this in mind, bro. This business runs off data. That's
Hmm.
all it is. We're just harboring a fuck ton of data all over the place. So the more data that you have at your disposal, the better. The better off you're gonna be, you know. Um, so yeah, man. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like right now, we probably have like 2 million records, skip trace records in our dialer, um, where the cold callers call from, right?
Yeah.
And and it's bro, I'll be honest with you, man. It's kind of hard to run out of deals when you have so much fucking data. There's so much data. So you have to hoard as much data as possible. And and another thing, you know, don't be afraid to do it with somebody. Like even the people on this phone call, there's plenty of people in here in Houston in the same markets as you, right? Or even people that you just know. Bro, come together and buy a list together. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but dude, I would say like 4 or 5 years ago, me and a few buddies of mine, you probably know them, J.R. Reed, Andrea, um, you know, Thomas and Josue, like we all came together and we bought a massive list. It was like a million records, a million skip trace records, you know, crazy amount. And it cost us like 23, 25 G's. So it was a bunch of us. It was much more than just us, the names that I told you, but it was like in total, it was like 8 or 10 of us, and we all came together. We put up like 2 G's each and we made it happen, you know? Um, so yeah, that's another way to get creative with it. That's
Okay.
another way, bro. Like if you have some friends that are in the same, situation as you, trying to get more leads and trying to make more deals happen, bro, just come together and buy a massive list, and that way you get a better discount on the list, on the actual skip tracing. Because if you go skip tracing right now, a batch skip tracing, If you skip trace a list of 100, it's probably going to be like 10 cents or something like that. So as with the more properties you skip trace, the cheaper you're going to get it. And yeah, man. So that's pretty
Yeah.
much it, bro. So
What
I would go ahead.
what do you think about kind? I remember you said something about they're not the best kind skip tracing.
That's that same list that I bought.
Okay, you bought it
Yeah.
the 25 grand you bought it from kind or
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. So it was a horrible list. I'll tell you that. It wasn't good. We did get deals out of it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie that we didn't get any deals. We got deals out of it, but shit, dude. I mean, everybody had the same exact experience as us. There's not many deals happening from that list. That there we were everybody that was part of buying that list got more action from their personal list, not the list that was shared in between everybody, you know? So, so yeah, nah, bro. I wouldn't trust anybody with my data or my skip tracing. Um, I don't want any one person to have full control of that because that's, bro, like even to this day, bro, I still handle my marketing.
Yeah.
It's such a sensitive part of the business that I can't I don't find myself capable of giving it to anybody else to take care of, to be responsible for it. Keep in mind, bro, we're spending thousands and thousands at a time, tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't make sense for me, and I've tried it. I've tried hiring people because I mean, do I like doing it? Absolutely not. I really don't like sitting on the computer looking at spreadsheets all day because that's literally what happens. When we go ahead and buy lists and we start mailing out or getting a skip trace, or I'm literally sitting on the laptop or my desktop for hours, just making sure that everything is fine. Making sure that there's no duplicates, making sure that it's a list that I don't already have, right? That I'm not double skip tracing people, and so yeah, man, don't outsource that part to anybody. You know,
When you say outsource, is that what do you mean?
by
Like
out
I
by
know I know what outsource means, but with kind, it's kind of yeah. What do you mean?
So with Kind, it's all in one. They give you the list, they give you the skip tracing. Here you go on a silver platter. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust anybody to do that.
So
I,
you would
I,
have
I just wouldn't do it, bro.
so you
I,
would pull the list somewhere else and then skip trace it
exactly.
somewhere. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. You want full control of your marketing. You
Okay.
know, you need full control of your marketing channels. And that's part of your marketing channels. Like if you're going to do SMS, direct mail, or cold calling, that's a big part of your marketing, you know? That's like 90%. If I'm not mistaken, that's like 90%, you know? Majority of the work when it comes to marketing through these channels is pulling a list. That's all it is, you know? So yeah, bro.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And the last question, you said there were deals in the kind list, just not as many as you would expect.
Correct.
I guess for someone at my level, I mean, is it okay to keep pulling? Again, I mean, they're really cheap. So I guess that's kind of like, the what's keeping me there.
Yeah.
Um, because I've done deals with kind, so I'm just kind of curious what, for someone at my level, that's just
I honestly, bro, I mean, if it's working for you and you're getting results out of it, keep it. I mean, if you want to just keep it, that's fine. But I would at least experiment with buying your own list, to be honest. You want to at least compare and contrast, bro. Like buy 5,000 from him and pull 5,000 by yourself.
okay.
That's all it is. And see what works better, right? But you got to try the latter option though, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're missing out on, how many deals you're missing out on, or if this works better than that, unless you try different things. So you got to go ahead and test things, bro. Everything is a matter of testing, you know? We're always testing. comparing and contrasting. How did this campaign do compared to that one? What did we do different on this one? What about the skip tracing, right? We go ahead and we go ahead and skip trace this list with one provider, and then we go ahead and skip trace it with the other. Okay, so what's the difference, right? So yeah, man, and that's what we've done throughout this whole time is literally just testing. Like for instance, even another thing, like right now um we have a campaign going out, and it's so these direct mail offer letters, these right here, they don't have no expiration date. There's no expiration date on this contract. What I'm thinking about doing right now is putting an expiration date because I want these people to sign and give me a call, like, instill a sense of urgency, basically. That's what I want, you know? So, so yeah. So everything is just a matter of testing, bro. So just keep testing. But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'd probably do that like immediately, bro.
Okay.
Try to get a good list together. So make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Cool, man. Yes, sir. How would you skip trace the list? So that's pretty simple. Basically, as soon as you have the records, you just go to batch skip tracing. You log in, and they basically, let me see. It'll basically tell you what to do from there, right? I mean, there's gonna be a little section right there that's gonna say bulk skip tracing, and all you got to do is upload your list. So bulk skip tracing, upload the list, click next, and that's it. And just pay for it. So yeah. And just try to, what's it called, man? Try to get a deal. Try to get ask them if you could get it for like 8 cents a record or 7 cents a record. Um, so once you have that list skip traced, you're then able to put that same list to work by, you know, by submitting it into these SMS platforms such as, you know, you have launch control, um, you have REI reply. There's a lot. Lead Blast Pro. I don't even know if that still exists. There used to be Roar, but for us, launch control. That's what works for us. So once you have that list skip trace, you then push it into a SMS platform, or you push it into an auto dialer, right? That auto dialer will dial 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers at a time consistently, right? It keeps dialing. And yeah, it gets you in touch with people. And that's pretty much it. You start talking with them, and boom, start generating leads. That's your lead right there. Now it's up to you to actually just make that offer, right? So you can do all of this. You could do everything. You could send out 100,000 letters. You could skip trace 100,000 properties. All that is not going to mean shit if you're not making an offer. So that's like number one. You need to make an offer. Like, get obsessed with lowballing people. That's just what it is. You know, some of you guys might be offended by that, but I hope not. I mean, well, honestly, if you're offended by that, you're in the wrong group. I'll tell you that. Like, because we lowball. I mean, lowballing is like it's one of those things, you know. Yeah, it's an everyday thing, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So, all right, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to go over, the list pulling part because, some people had asked me to do that. So cool. So Michelle, what's up, bro? What you got going on?
Shoot, doing pretty good. Got 6 people that denied my offer, so we up from last week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wasn't denial numbers on the board, but I did run across a young lady that wanted to sell a parcel of land in Arizona, the area where I was kind of scouting.
Okay.
And she had, on top of that piece of land, she had 2 additional pieces of land that she was trying to get off. I researched them. They were like piece. I don't know whether they're a piece of trash, but based on my research, they look like pieces of trash. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um.
What's the question?
Oh shit. Oh, fuck. The I forgot. You caught me off course. Can you spin back around? My
Nah,
bad.
no worries, bro.
Let's see if I can find. I wrote it down somewhere.
Mr. Chris, what's up, bro?
Not much.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just cranking out some deals.
Hell yeah. How did last week go? You got more mail
Uh,
out, right?
yeah, more mail went out. Um,
Nice.
no new offers from last week, but got like I took 3 new listings on the residential side, so kept me busy last week.
Gotcha. Cool, man. That's
So
badass. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
trying to balance the residential and wholesaling, but I mean at $30,000 commissions, it's hard to pass up.
You got to sell like $1 million property to
That,
get a $30,000 commission in a
that,
realtor,
yeah,
right?
that's all. That's the price points out here
Yeah, 100%.
where I moved to. So
Did you close any other deals besides that?
yeah, I've had 3 of the first mail outs. We ended up closing 3 so far.
Badass. How much?
So probably about 57 total, not including that first $37,000 one.
Oh shit.
So
Damn,
yeah,
dude.
but that
That's
first that was all from the very first melon that included probably 3,000 pay per click leads and the old SMS leads and stuff like that too.
so you
So it
retarget.
wasn't just so I retargeted everybody. It wasn't just it was a total of 3,000 people plus about 2,000 just random addresses.
Gotcha. Okay. That's not bad, man. Hell yeah. Congrats.
So thank you.
Hell yeah.
So, and then I think we got 4 offers from not this past mailing, but we have 4 offers in that we're working on from like a mailing ago.
Gotcha. Okay.
So because I'm sending out 10,000 letters about every 3 weeks now.
Got it. That's
I
not
could
bad,
probably,
bro. That's a good
I could
amount.
probably, yeah, I could probably send out more at one time, but it works. So
Yeah, I
keep it
mean, I think,
here.
you don't want to get too, you don't want to get too, you don't want to throw too much in there because that's when, if I mean, if it's just you running the show, then
Yeah,
you and your wife, as you said, it's gonna be kind of
yeah,
little, things are gonna slip through the cracks. So,
yeah.
uh, in
And
my
it's pretty much me besides 2 days a week. So
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, I would take it easy and just I think I mean I think for now, I mean I think just getting that CRM set up and
it's all set up now.
okay. Are those nurture campaigns activated?
Yeah, I activated them this morning. So
Are you getting text backs?
yeah, I got some text back, some go to hell, all the random stuff. But if they tell me to go to hell, they're still going to get one in a couple days.
100%. Hell yeah. Yeah, bro. Just be careful with those, man. Like if anybody tells you to
Yeah.
stop, like you gotta stop.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I was on this. I literally just finished this call like at 5. Um, Dude, I was telling my guy that, bro, I've been sued 2 times. You know,
Yeah.
this does not come without a risk.
No.
But
Wait. Text message? They sued you for text messages?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Paid 5 G's on one, 3 G's on the other, 2 G's in attorney fees. I'm in a whole 10 G's, you know?
Is there a question on is there so when people say stop to unsubscribe, is there like a certain amount of time later that I can text them back or just straight up just stop?
Yeah, you got to
Okay.
start to just stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Unless if you have a website and you have legitimate proof that they came in from like a pay per click lead, but I wouldn't risk it.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like super, super important for everybody to know. Like, there is a risk to doing this,
Yeah.
but the rewards outweigh the risk. I've only,
And if
you know,
and if they say the word end, so my attorney said if it's stop or end, you have to stop it. But to go to hell or go die
yeah,
doesn't
you're
really
probably
matter.
stopping at that point, right?
No.
That's badass. I didn't know about the end word.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, you know, there's risk with everything though, you know? You get into any business, there's always going to be some type of risk. But and this is the only risk that we have, right? Is serial litigators that sit around on the phones all day, uh, waiting for calls. Like there's literal courses out there to do exactly what I'm telling you guys about. Sue wholesalers, sue telemarketers in general. There's people out there selling courses teaching you exactly how to make money suing other people. They're called serial litigators, you know? So that's definitely not something, as soon as somebody tells you to stop, that's it. But it has to be written communication, you know? It has to be written communication. Um, and yeah, so you was raising your hand, Carlos?
Yeah, quick question on you just mentioned it on your drip campaigns. Um, so I've lost a few deals to not following up enough. Not on the okay, I've lost a few deals on the front side, not following up enough before the offer, and then on the back side after the offer, I don't follow up enough. On the offer follow up, what's your sequence look like? Because I know you said you have drip campaigns
Yeah.
after the offer, so I'm curious what that looks like, and then also like how many times are you calling those people depending on because we have like cold offer follow up, warm offer follow up, hot offer follow up. We have that kind of stuff. In my
Gotcha. Let me share my screen. Let me show you right now.
yeah,
All right, so this is offers sent some time ago. So these are for people that we've sent an offer to them some time ago. It's self-explanatory, right? Um, First one goes out and it says, "Hey there, this is Joe with Equity Developments. I actually made you an offer on your property some time ago. Wanted to see if we can revisit the combo about selling to us. If not, that's cool too. Thank you." Then I got my opt-out language. So then this one goes out in 7 days. This one goes out in 14 days, 21 days. So it goes out every single week, you know?
okay,
And yeah, man, and it goes until they tell me to stop. If they don't tell me to stop, if they don't tell me to stop, then then it just keeps going, bro. Um, Another thing is that so this is offer sent some time ago, then you got regular offer not accepted. The only difference is that the offer not accepted one, it doesn't mention anything about making the offer some time ago. It mentions that, you know, the offer was sent out yesterday. So, hey there, I actually made you an offer on your offer yesterday for your property. Let me know if anything changes. Best of luck. Right? That's the only difference. But everything else is the exact same thing.
7 days.
So, exactly, every 7 days. Um, Besides that, we have SMS text in Spanish. If you speak another language and you got people in your system that speak another language, go ahead and put that, right? So there's a lot of cities all over the US. They have a portion of their population that speaks another language, right? So like in New Jersey, there's cities out there, straight German towns, you know? So that's just something to think of, right? For us, we know that 38% of the population in Texas speaks Spanish. So obviously, I'm going to go ahead and create a Spanish offer not accepted campaign. And yeah, we're going to try to speak their language, right? And you can do this in Texas also. All you got to do is just translate. If they reply back, just translate it, throw in whatever text they send back into Google Translate and yeah, reply back in Spanish. Simple as that. Of course, it takes a little bit more work, but it is what it is. Um, so on top of the offer not accepted, we have a voicemail drop that is that is for the exact same thing, offer not accepted. So we send them voicemails literally stating that we spoke with them, that we're, sorry we couldn't come to a deal. And then we just chopped it up into various different formats, right? We basically said the same thing, but in a lot of different ways. That's all it is, you know? So that's
Okay,
how,
got it. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I remember the question.
What's that, bro?
In terms of, I guess, affidavit to airship, how do you guide somebody through that process, and do they need like a legal representative, or like, do you have a system where you've done it without that legal representative? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it does make sense. So basically for us in Texas, the title company provides an affidavit of heirship questionnaire, right? They fill out, so in your case, that Arizona title company, they might have a questionnaire that you have to get the seller to sign, right? They have to go ahead and fill it out and provide it to the title company, you know?
Perfect.
Once they provide it to the title company and they're able to verify all the information and they have two witnesses, they have to have for us in Texas, you got to have two witnesses that knew the deceased
For sure.
that left you the property but are not related. It cannot be no family. So it works. I'm assuming it works different in Arizona. You're gonna have to find out.
It works about the same in Arizona, except I believe you only need one person to administer whether it's legal or not. Does that make sense? Somebody that's not related to administer
Okay,
or
so like the witness has to. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you only need one witness, then shit, that's even better, you know. So it sounds like that deal that you got is I think it could get closed pretty soon. You're not gonna have to go through probate if that's the case. That's a that's a big step
that's
forward.
the secondary question because I was like, word, you know what I mean? When I found that out after we had that conversation last week, I was like, oh shit, like they do have airship affidavits. My second question is if that first deal, how do I say this shit? If that first deal is already going through probate, can they still go the airship affidavit route, or do they have to continue going probate?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like,
Yeah,
can two things happen? Because
I don't
when I
see why
first,
not. I don't see why not. An affidavit of heirship is just an affidavit. It's
all
just
right,
a
cool,
document that they sign.
perfect,
Um,
cool.
and I mean, for us, I mean, bro, honestly, dude, we never have to wait on probate for deals that we do here in Texas. Now in Florida, because I've done deals in Florida, we've had to wait many, many months to get a deal like that closed because you have to go through probate. If you don't
Yeah,
go through probate, you can't do anything about it. You know, in Texas, very different. We just got to do an affidavit of heirship,
for
find
sure.
two witnesses, and that's it. You know, call it a day.
All right,
Um, but yeah, man, those deals right there, those are the ones that make the most money.
for
So
sure.
that's a great sign right there, man.
All
Uh,
right, perfect. So do that for both for both that first one and the second one I'm working on. Go through, tell them, hey, listen, title company has a questionnaire that you guys
exactly.
could sign, that you guys could go through to kind of speed up this process.
Yep.
All you need is X, Y, and Z. Give them that information, and then
Exactly.
okay, cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
so the question here, bro, basically what it does is so if they inherited a property, let's say it was I don't know, a couple, right? You got a wife and a husband. They had a property, they both died without a will, and they have five kids, right? So that affidavit of heirship is going to be you're going to have one for each deceased parent, one for the mom, one for the dad, and it's gonna state everything. You gotta list everything. Their social security number. You
For
gotta
sure.
list the date of death, date of birth, where did they get married, how many kids did they have, how old are the kids, um, and yeah, did they have a will? Did they have is there a trust involved? So it's a lot of questions. So what I would do first before reaching out to them about a questionnaire is make sure that the title company is able to facilitate that type of process, right? To get clear title through that affidavit of estate, as you said. Um, and yeah. So once you find out if they can, cool. Then put them on a three-way with your sellers and you let them know, like, hey, look, here's a seller on the other line. Please explain to them the affidavit of estate process and
Perfect.
let's get it moving forward. Um, and that's it, bro. It's just one simple conversation with them and that's it. So did that make sense?
No, that made perfect sense. I've just been like ruminating on that all day, and I was like,
For
all right,
sure.
cool.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah,
both of
no,
you guys.
in the meantime, bro, keep making offers, bro. Keep finding more deals because hate to say it, but that deal could fall apart tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm working on my second one right now. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, something that I didn't do good at the beginning of my journey was I fell in love with properties, bro. I fell in love with deals. I fell in love with the potential paycheck. And when it would get canceled or disappear, I'd fucking go into like this little depression, right? I'd fucking get, I'd be mad or sad for like the next 2 3 days. And you don't want to do that.
Nah, the reason why I started like thinking about this again is after I had the conversation with that second property, I was just like, oh, so she has two additional properties, and then your voice popped up and you like airship affidavits. I googled if you could do that in Arizona because I'm about to have a conversation with that second lady tomorrow.
Gotcha.
We agreed on a price already. I just told her I just need to talk to my boss to do some research on whether we're gonna have to go through like a probate or whether we get an airship affidavit because she had one property in Arizona and then two in Texas. And I remember last week you said last week we spoke. You said Texas if Texas has airship affidavits, and I was like, I wonder if the same thing's in Arizona. So now I'm gonna call back. I was gonna double back for the two, but I wanted you to like look at those first before
Sure.
I continued. They didn't look worth it, but second look always helps.
For sure. 100%. Yeah, nah, man. However I could help, just let me know.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Wilning, quick question. Have you ever talking about probate, have you ever dealt with I'm dealing with it's like a dependent administrator of an estate versus an independent.
A dependent administrator of an estate.
Yeah, I think they went through probate, but she has to get the court's permission to sell
Is she a
because
minor? Was she a minor when she got it?
no, she was a minor. Her husband died like 5 years ago. Um, and I guess they didn't finish the probate or something. So now we're going through like the court process and like through the lawyers, and they're trying to get permission from the courts. The only thing that I could see um the only thing that I could see like backfiring on me is like the judge saying like, "Hey, you're selling the house for too low." Um, but also it's taken a little bit, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to say that.
That's nuts. A
Yeah,
dependent administrator of an estate. I've never heard of that, bro. That's like the first time hearing that.
yeah, this is my
Uh,
first time too.
yeah, but I mean, it does sound like the judge is gonna have a say in the property. I wonder why.
Has
Um,
that ever happened to you, by the way? Like,
no, mm-mm,
okay,
no. We've always had administrators of estates, be independent. Like they could do whatever they want. But in
yeah,
this case, they can't. That's odd. Yeah, bro. I've never. I wish I could help you on that, bro. I've never dealt with a dependent administrator of an estate.
okay.
Yeah, bro. But just keep in mind, bro. Like those deals. I mean, they take a little bit of time, bro. But you know, they're usually good, bro. They're usually the best deals. Yeah, dude. So the more bullshit, but that's not always the case. Like I'll tell you this, bro. Our biggest deals have always been quick,
Uh,
quick. We made like a we made like a $325,000 assignment fee a few years back. I think like 2 years back. And that thing, it closed like 30, 40 days.
yeah,
Quick, fast, super fast. So
yeah,
you got to choose your battles, man. You know, like if this property, if it's over 20 G's, 25 G's, 30 G's, if it's a good healthy amount, okay, cool. Keep investing some time into it. But if it's a little $5,000 fee, $7,000 fee, is it really going to be worth all the hours that you're going to spend, you know, just coordinating with people? Probably not, So you have to choose your battles wisely. You can't, what's it called? You can't just jump into, yeah, bro, you just don't, yeah, bro, you just got to choose it wisely. It has to be worth your time. Um, because if you spend your time, chasing down a $7,000 fee, that same amount of time you could have spent chasing down a $30,000 deal, $40,000 deal, by a
yeah.
new marketing campaign or cold calling a specific list of in a specific area, right? Expensive properties. So yeah, bro, you just gotta effectively allocate your time with that one. So just make sure it's worth it, bro.
Yeah, this one's good. This one should be right now with the buyer we have right now, it's at 22.
Not
So it should,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's worth it. No, that's definitely worth it. If it was like 5 G's, I'll tell you to just
Let
scrap
it
it.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let it go, man. I mean, you can help them, but then you're gonna be devaluing your time, you know? You're gonna be working all these damn months, helping them do this, helping them do that, communicating with title companies, and all that shit adds up, bro. All
Yeah.
it adds up. 10 minutes over here, 15 minutes over there, 20 minutes over here, 5 minutes over there, all that shit adds up, and you're left with a good amount of hours invested, and every single hour, well, shit, dude. I mean, how much do you value your hours? How much do you value your time?
Yeah.
So so yeah, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Cool, man. Any other questions, guys?
Shoot. I guess last couple questions. Can we look up those parcels that can we look up those parcels that I got from that lady? Um, just to see whether the offer that me and her agreed upon is like in line. Um, I'm gonna send them through.
And if anybody has any other properties you want me to take a look at, just text them over.
So I sent all three. The first one's in Arizona, and then the second two are in Brownsville, Texas. Texas.
Cool. All right, bro. So this one, I would even mess with this one.
Just throw it to the wire. But the reason why I ended up starting to look at this area is because I spoke to two buyers and they were looking in like I know you said not to do this. I spoke to two buyers, they were looking at Eloy in the Toltec area. So I started like generating a list and run through that. And yeah. Keep cooking though.
Yeah, bro. So this is what I mean by knowing how to invest your time. So if you were to get this property under contract, how much time is it going to cost you to go ahead and, get it under contract, talk to the seller, explain the process, and then deal with the title company and then call a bunch of buyers. But look what they're selling for, bro. $2,500, $3,000. Like, this is some bullshit. So I wouldn't mess with this. I wouldn't touch this with a 20-foot pole, to be honest. This is all, I'm assuming this is in that same area. You don't have no road access, bro. You're literally buying a patch of dirt. That's really what it is. There's no road. There's nothing. So the first thing when calling these sellers or texting these people, the first thing you should do is automatically put the lead into Google. Search up the address on Google and find out what type of property you're dealing with. If you see something like this where it doesn't have any road access or there's a dirt road and it's appraised for like $2,000 or $1,000, I think this one is appraised for like $500. So you don't want to mess with that. You just want to end the conversation, and that's pretty much it. Leave it off on a good note. Let them know, hey, after looking at it, we probably wouldn't be a buyer for this, and on to the next. You know. So that's that one. Um. All right. So let's take a look at this one.
The other ones are way more trash.
The other
Like
one, way more trash.
like way more. I looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna hit you up just in case, but they're like way more trash. The only reason I was looking for that first one is because I spoke to two buyers and they were like they're looking for properties in Eloy and Toltec around like from 6,000 like $9,000. Um or
Gotcha.
yeah, so I was like, all right, listen, I could probably find some properties over there if it falls within that criteria. And then this one fell into my lap and I was like, all right, this under 6,000. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. I would just leave it alone. You said this Cameron property is similar to that?
yeah, those two in Brownsville is like way more trash. They're literally in like 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 the same area except
Yeah,
greener.
gotcha. Yeah, so there's no point in looking at them, bro. You don't want to mess with them, bro. Like if they're similar to that, don't even mess with them.
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't even make an offer on them, to be honest. Um, keep in mind. these properties that you guys sell, you should at least be able to ask at least a good 30,000 for it, right? So like that, Michelle, that property that you got under contract, you're selling that one for 120. You can sell that one for 120, you got it for 80. Now that's a pretty good healthy margin. Even if you could only sell it for 80, that's still something good to make an offer on. So you want to make sure that when you're talking to these sellers, you're making offers on properties that there is a demand for, right? There's a healthy demand. Um, and that there's enough margin in there for you to make something. Um, we're not in the business to make no little $500, $1,000, $2,000. Like, fuck all that. Like, we don't want to do that. We want 10, 20,000, 10, 20,000, $30,000 fees plus, right? 10,000 plus, to be honest. At least five figures. Um, if you chase the cheap properties like those, you're probably not gonna, you're probably not gonna be able to make 10,000. Max, you could probably sell it for is 10,000. How are you gonna make 10 G's? They got to give it to you. They got to give it to you for free, and nobody's really gonna give it to you for free. So yeah, man. Yeah,
All right, thank
I'm not even gonna look at those then
Yeah.
if they're worse. All right, anybody else got any properties to analyze? Mr. Angel, what's up, bro?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How's your week going?
Pretty good, bro. Been busy trying to just keep up with the calls coming in.
How many
We
calls?
got we got that one we talked about.
Okay.
We're trying to sign that one. And then I sent out another revised contract today, so
That's
yeah, hopefully that one gets signed, bro. But I do have this commercial property, bro. I want to see if you could check it out, see where you're at
sure thing.
for sure, bro. So
What's the address?
I'm gonna give you the address of the property next to it because I've been trying to like it's like a 0 1, but it's 11500 South Sam Houston Parkway, and it's the lot right next to it.
Commercial.
Yeah,
Nice.
got 12 parking spots.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Badass. How much did you offer on this?
I haven't offered anything to him. We had offered on another property of his, and he was like, "I'm not trying to sell that one, but I do want to sell this one," and he's asking 1.3. But
1.3.
I just want to see where you're at.
Okay.
60-day close.
Off market. I mean, you're on Sam Houston, so I know that's going to be expensive. Very, very expensive.
Yeah, it's a 200 by 200.
So what that is, like almost an acre?
Yeah, let me see. I have it.
200 by 200 is like, how much is that?
Let me
40,000?
see. It's 1.39 acres.
Wow. No, pues, wow. This one?
Yeah.
They just bought it.
Ah, you lying. Ah,
Yeah,
you
bro.
so right, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just bought it, so they most likely paid a bunch for it, and
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
they're
he was
trying to
asking.
make
I
a
had
little.
talked to him like sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. So, all right, so let's go out a whole mile, and we strictly want to look at properties that are selling on the main tollway, because that's, you don't want to compare it to other properties that are not selling, you know, on this road. It has to sell on the same road. So usually if there's no comps, I start digging around, right? I start looking at properties, just clicking around, trying to find something that has sold. Okay, so take a look at this one. This is 1 acre and it sold back in 2024. 453. I don't know if he paid 453 for it, but shit.
Yeah.
Look at this right here. He got a loan for it for 1.6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So something,
Yeah, a
you know,
little late, but
yeah. So that's something to take a look at. So that might be a good guy to get in touch with, in my opinion. You might want to get in touch with this guy and start talking about this land and figuring out how much he bought it for, you know?
Yeah.
Take a look at the other ones down the street. You got this one over here. All right, so this one hasn't sold. You got this one, 2021. This is 4 acres.
Oh, that's 20. Oh, okay. He bought it. I'm
4 years.
assuming he bought it last year. Yeah,
Yeah, this guy bought it 4 years
year
ago.
ago.
So it's not really much of a comparable, to be honest, because I mean, it was 4 years ago. I could understand in the last year or two. But if you bought it 4 or 5 years ago, I mean, the values go up regardless, you
For
know?
sure.
Um, but yeah, man, I would get in touch with these people and just start talking to them, bro. That's all
But
it is. I'd get in touch with that one guy though, man. That one guy, that one comp that we just saw, I don't know which one it is. One of these. Yeah, it's this one right here. I'd get in touch with this guy.
see if he's interested in another one.
Exactly, exactly. How
But
much is he paying per acre? Like, I know he has an acre here. How much did he pay for it? Um, And yeah, man, because I mean, we have a loan right here for 1.6 million. So, but what we don't know, does that loan, is that just for the property or did they include
like a
construction costs?
business kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Did they fund the purchase of the property and the construction of it or what? So, but I mean, here's another thing that you can do. So on the MLS, if you remove everything, you're gonna get everything that has ever been listed in that area. But it's gonna go back like 10, 20 years. So it's not just last year's data, bro.
yeah,
It's gonna give you everything. So this is what I do in order to get you know, a eagle's eye view of that entire market throughout the past years, right? Um, and as you can see, there is no sales. There's no sales here. Well, that's that has been sold on the market, right?
for
There are
sure,
no sales that have been sold on the market, which is a good thing. That means that there's not a lot of inventory. And what happens when there's not a lot of inventory? Prices go up. You know, you got this one. This one, nah, that's not it. This was sold for 1.78, and that one sold, but this is 5 acres right here. So that's 1 acre is gonna go for how much? Like 300,000 in that case?
yeah.
300 some thousand. So very far away from
Oh yeah, for sure.
1.3 million an acre. But yeah, I would get in touch with him and yeah, man. Get in touch with that dude and see what he's talking about.
For
Uh
sure.
see, does this guy have any debt on this? Okay, so he has there's there's a there's some debt right here, 575 that was issued
Fashion,
out. Yeah, this was issued out in 2023, but he bought it in 2024. So obviously he paid more than 575,000 for it. That's for sure. Um,
maybe like 8.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, you just got to you talk to this guy, bro. I would talk to that guy and see what he's talking about, see what he's
man, bro, I'm on it.
yeah, man. So yeah,
And
bro.
then another one, bro. If you got some time,
Yeah, for sure.
this we sent. I had I still sent the offer. I don't know if it's a deal, but I mean, I sent him the contract just to lock it up. But it's a 3311.
Okay.
It's Smetana Road, and it's in Bryan.
Smetana Road.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is
Just
it?
tell me where you're at.
Do you have mobile
It
home?
has 2 mobile homes, one double wide and one single, and then it has space for a third in the middle.
Or
Like it has a driveway and everything.
what did you offer for this guy?
I sent the contract at 180.
Wow. How did you get 180?
He wanted 200, bro. I started at 140, and he just would not budge.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
know,
So, all right. So first off, we got to look at it as just
but I
like
had real trouble like comping it.
for sure. Yeah, no worries, man. That's what these calls are for, bro.
For sure, bro.
All right, so let me see.
But I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just lock it up. See what happens. You know?
If it works, it works. If it
Shit,
doesn't, it
bro. If
doesn't.
it falls through, then yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Damn. Wow. Oh, wow. These things are selling for expensive numbers. 14,000 square foot lot sold for how much? 162? No fucking way. Hey, Chris, you're from this side of this. Isn't this central? Isn't this near you?
I think Chris dropped, bro.
Oh shit. Nah, that guy's over there and he's south. He's south of way south of this. But damn. So what I don't like about it is that look how long it took for them to sell it. And they barely took a discount. 162. They like, they really didn't want to move from that. Um, but I don't know, man. This is crazy. Let me see. So first off, I'm always looking at it for the land. And if I'm getting it at land value, perfect. All right, so this one right here, this one is down the street from you, paved road. Do you have city water and sewer?
Yeah, bro. He got. I think the only thing he don't got, he's on propane.
Gotcha. So this
Yeah.
one is listed at 46,000 an acre. Um, you know, 46,000 an acre, but it is way bigger. It's like it's 6.5 acres. So it's not that much of a comparable, but look how close it is, man. This is like right around the corner from you. So if this guy can't get $46,000 an acre, how are you supposed to sell this for? What do you think you could sell it for?
I don't know, I was thinking like 190.
Well, 190 divided by 1.7 acres, I believe. Yeah, 1.75 acres. So 190 divided by 1.75, you basically offered $108,000 an acre. There is no sales in this area for
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work.
$108,000. I mean, there's those comps right here, but I mean, something
Yeah,
has
because
to.
I was like, oh well, this shit got two mobile homes and they're currently rented. Like they got tenants and shit. I was like, damn.
So it doesn't work for land. Now, if we look at houses, it might work, but you have to distinguish how much square footage is in each property, right?
Gotcha.
That's going to ultimately dictate how much each property is worth. And then you got to find out the ARV, then you got to sell it at a discount. So this one right here, I'm pretty sure this is a mobile home. Yeah, this is a mobile home right here. This one is 1,680 square feet, and it's worth 205 fully renovated. Well, it's actually worth 190 fully renovated, you know? So that might be one home, but check this out. It's sitting on 75,000 square foot lots. That's like 1.5 acres, 1.7 acres.
Yeah, kind of the same size. I think
Yeah.
it's the same size lot.
Yeah, bro. So this is 1.7 acres for for uh, a property with half the size and livable square footage. So this is 1680, but it's sold as is. Ah, la madre. Okay, so that's different. It's sold as is not renovated, and it's still sold for that much. That's interesting.
Yeah, that I think it was like a 19 high 1900 build. And
So
then
you
this one has a one I think the double wide was a 1995 build and then the other one was a 1980 build. So they're definitely not new. But
that's new.
yeah, that was my only comp right there, bro. The one you're just looking at.
Okay, so you have that comp. So we want to try to find more comps like that. So that's a great comp because we know for a fact we can get at least 190 for it. At least,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, at least 190. And that's with one trailer on it.
Yeah, we got two trailers and it has like a little driveway for the third one.
Exactly, man. So now let's take a look at the actives. So if I'm not mistaken, bro, I don't think hard allows you to fully see that entire market, like the sales and whatnot. So I gotta go to Zillow. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, just throw it in the chat or raise your hand. All right, so if we're gonna do shit, mobile homes, we know for land it's not gonna work, right?
For
Um,
sure.
but it might work for the houses because those houses, I mean, they're still standing and they're not old. 1995 is not old.
Yeah, and he was just kind of bragging about how he's always kept them rented and they're currently tenant occupied with good tenants and this and that. And
That's perfect, man. That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, bro. Okay, so boom, you have this one right here. This was in Sandy Cove, and it looks to be as is 1,786 square feet, 36 square feet, and I mean, it doesn't look crazy renovated if you ask me. I mean, this is not crazy renovated. This is pretty, it's pretty decent.
yeah, it looks as is.
And this one, let me see. Sold for 160 back in 2022. So that was 3 years ago. So obviously, you could get at least 160 for it. Um, but if we go back, if we just push it out to the past year, let's see what comes up. Nothing comes up. What
Nothing.
about, what about for sales? Nothing. Let's do houses. Now, if you have a house with that much land selling for cheaper, well, obviously that's going to undercut you, right? So if you see a house on here 2,000 square feet selling with the same amount of land selling for under 190, then that messes you up. But
Not good. Yeah,
as of right now, I don't see any of that. So I'm pretty confident that you could get at least 190 for it. So yeah, how much did you offer?
I set the contract at 180, bro.
Oh man, that's way too low, bro. Yeah, way
Yeah.
too low, man. Because you don't have no room to negotiate. What if he comes back at 185?
No, he accepted the 180.
Too high, bro. Too high.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah,
high.
I was trying to start at 140 and he was just not budging, bro. And I was like,
you know, 150, 160, but I wouldn't pass 170 to be honest. I wouldn't offer more than 170 for this because you still have to factor in renovations, not renovations, but you got to factor in negotiations and you have to factor in potential closing costs that you're going to have to come out of pocket or realtor commissions. So all of these, like, bro, so if you find a buyer right now, if a realtor brings you a buyer right now for 190, he's gonna get paid 3% of that. So that's like almost $6,000. So your 190 offer
yeah,
really turns into 184 and you got it for 180. So you're only making 4 grand. We're really not
yeah.
in this to make no 4 grand, bro. So I would go back to him and tell him, hey, look, man, we spoke it over. The absolute max we could offer for you is 175,000 max, you know. What he does have going for him is that he has two trailers on there. So that's good. So you might be able to get a little bit more. Um, but I'll start maybe I mean I'd go at like 170, bro.
But
170,000 and you might be able to push it for more. I think you definitely will. I could see if it was me, I would list this property at like maybe like 205.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yes, sir.
I appreciate that, bro.
Problem, man. What's up, Jonathan?
What's up, my man? ¿Cómo andamos?
Todo bien, bro. ¿Cómo estás?
Good. Good. All good, bro. All good.
Oh yeah.
Quick question, brother. So, like Angel said, we have that property under contract. Just getting the buyers. And I've been working on. I got a good list, but I got caught with that true people search and the skip like that part of the recording. Sorry, bro. That sorry, bro. That part of the recording in the call. Well, we haven't gotten the recording of the call, but like, what's the next step? I got the LLCs. I need to get their phone numbers now so I can reach out to them.
Correct.
¿Cómo era?
That's it. You find out the
So
LLCs that have bought, and then you skip trace them. So once
yeah.
you guys have a list, those LLCs, find out who owns the LLCs.
Mm-hmm.
You push that information into True People Search or Skip
True
Genie.
people.
Yeah, and then you call them. You call them up and you be like, hey,
Perfect.
what's up? Trying to buy some properties. What happened to that buyer that I sent you?
It was the Contreras.
Yeah.
No, you sent us the where's she at? The Tiffany, that was a real try. Reached out to her, text message, phone call, voicemail.
No, it
And
was that Sergio dude. He never got
oh
back.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, he did, bro. No, yeah, he
Oh,
did.
okay. But
He said he was gonna go take pictures this weekend. He went out and looked at the property, and then he said he had some questions he was gonna send through email. So that was today. So he went over this weekend, but so it looks like Sergio is like related or close to the actual buyer, which is Fernando or Francisco or something like that. But they're kind of working together. But he said he went this weekend, and he did go this weekend. So that was just get in contact with him and see like what he thought, where he's at, and stuff like that.
So how much is he offering?
He hasn't off. They haven't sent out the offer. I don't know what questions he has. But yeah, he was just saying like, oh, I went, I looked at it, I just had some questions. So I was like, all right. He's like, can I send them to you through email? I was like, yeah, for sure, go ahead.
So now it's just a matter of following up with him. So that deal
All right.
right there, I mean, that deal could get closed, bro. That guy's
Yep.
definitely interested. If he wasn't interested, he would not be driving out there. Like if
Yeah.
somebody was to send me
Exactly.
a property, if I'm not really interested like that, I'm not gonna drive out there. If I am interested,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drive out there. I'm gonna go take a look at it myself. So
Mm-hmm.
so that it sounds like that's your buyer.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah,
then
bro.
there's a lot of good things happening right now. We got that guy, and then the two other realtors besides that Tiffany, the one that bought right next to that lot. Two other realtors that are just buying, like they represented around, in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Um, and I got into contact with them, and they're like, "Yeah, for sure. I definitely have people for you." So that's
All right.
looking good as well.
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
bro. But yeah,
so so one thing that I'll tell you when reaching out to buyers is you got to go ahead and try to get a number out of them, you know?
hmm
Let them know, hey, look, what price would your client feel comfortable at? Is this something that he's willing to do? Is he willing to do 70,000? And
hmm
if they say no, oh well, I don't know. We'll just keep following up with them and try to squeeze
hmm
a number out of them. So if my price doesn't make sense, what price makes sense then?
for sure.
What price makes sense for this property? And let me
hmm
talk to my manager or to my partner, however you know,
Yeah,
however you said it, right? Um, let me talk to him and let me see if I could convince him to come down if possible. But if you don't need to come down, even better. If they could pay full
hmm
asking, that's even great. That's
yeah,
even great. So, but if you're getting the runaround from many different people, you want to go ahead and do that. You want to
perfect.
squeeze an offer out of these people and let them know, hey, look, man, if we don't accept it, that's fine. I'm still gonna be your friend. I'm still gonna send you more properties that I get. So if this one doesn't work, the next one is gonna work, you know? So
Yeah,
just because a lot of people, I'll tell you this, bro, a lot of people, a lot of buyers, they it's like they get scared, right? Of
yeah,
making offers, of making a low ball. Like, dude, we lowball people ourselves. This is not
hmm
nothing new to us, if you lowball us or tell us you can't pay what we're asking, bro, that's fine. But just
yeah.
go
It's part
ahead
of
and
it.
tell us. How are you have to shoot your shot, you know?
hmm
Yeah, bro. How are you supposed to catch fish if you refuse to put out a fishing line?
Yeah,
So that goes for buyers and that goes for you guys on the acquisition side. You got to throw out your fishing line. If you're not making no offers, you're not doing anything. You could be doing all of this for nothing because you don't make any offers. So, but yeah, man. Did that
awesome,
answer your
bro.
question,
Yeah,
bro?
I'm gonna just use Skip Genie then, because that was I got took care of the realtors and Sergio. I'm yeah, it did. It did.
Cool.
It's perfect.
Yeah, bro. And check out the neighbors also. So the neighbors are usually the best buyers, to
Mhm.
be honest. So, just make sure that that neighbor is not related to your seller, because then you're gonna have some problems. So,
Yeah, yeah, bro.
yeah,
Facebook's been popping off too, just renting out, Facebook and stuff. So
yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's
You're
gonna
halfway
happen.
there, bro. You're halfway
Oh
there.
yeah,
You're halfway there to your first one. So that one
right,
should be
bro.
good. Hell yeah. But cool,
Awesome.
man.
Thanks,
Let
Tony.
me know how I can help, bro.
Dale.
What's up, Arturo?
Yo, what's up, Wilnie? Hey, quick question, man. So, I got this deal where, basically there's two owners that own an LLC, and one of the owners just passed away this past weekend, or not this weekend, the one before. But is there anything that I could expect and like any issues to come up at closing or anything that I should know ahead of time since this just happened?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to. So the seller passed away before closing. That's fuck. That's a crazy situation. I've had that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Dude, I kid you not. A few months ago, we had a seller die on us a day before closing. We were set to make like 32 G's, and they
Gee.
died. So what ended up happening was, um, they had to get all their estate information ready. They have to have, any information from the estate, if they left an estate, that would have to get provided to the title company. Also, since the seller died, one of the sellers died, we have to wait on his death certificate. You got
Okay.
you got to wait on the death certificate because you're going to need that in order to complete an affidavit of heirship. You know, is it here in Texas?
Yes, it is in Texas. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's most likely what's going to happen. You're going to have to wait for the death certificate to be released by the Texas Vital Statistics Office. Um, they're going to send it over to the hospital that he died, and the family members are going to be the only ones that are able to get it, right? Nobody else can get it. You have to be a wife, husband, sibling, or a offspring, right? A son or a daughter in order to get it. So it's going to take a little bit of coordinating on your side, to do that. But I'll tell you this, if you don't have a buyer for it,
I do have a buyer for it.
oh
Yeah.
shit, then you better get rolling, man. You gotta get rolling. You gotta go ahead and push to get that death certificate done and an affidavit of heirship done on your seller.
Okay, gotcha. So even though this property is owned by an LLC entity, does that change anything, or is everything going to be like the same, like you just said?
Exactly how I said it, bro.
Okay.
Exactly how it is.
Okay.
You're gonna
So
need an affidavit
basically,
of heirship, you know.
gotcha. So get the death certificate and then do the affidavit of heirship with the.
Questionnaire. Yes, the questionnaire. And your title company is gonna provide that.
Okay,
You have
gotcha.
to you have to get somebody, whether it be the business partner, to get in touch with the family members to fill out that affidavit of heirship questionnaire. So once
There,
you have the affidavit of heirship questionnaire filled out, that gets sent back to the title company. They prepare the formal affidavit of heirship, and yeah, you're clear to close. So this is
so
your seller, right? Not your buyer that died.
it's a seller. Well,
Okay.
one of the sellers died. They're both brothers, so that
Okay.
might make it easier.
Way
Uh,
easier. Way easier.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
You're good,
yeah,
man. There's no
okay.
no big deal. Yeah. Nah, you should be fine, bro. It might extend your closing like 2 weeks, but it is what it is. It
Who
happens.
who would you reach out to get that, or who provides that death certificate? I'm assuming someone in the state, some entity in the state.
Yes, the Texas Vital Statistics Office.
Oh, that's
But
right. You said it.
you
Okay.
can't get it.
Right.
Only a sibling, a wife, husband, and relatives, direct relatives, right? It could be your children, it could be the wife, or it could be a sibling. That's it. Nobody else can get it. So just call the other seller. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So I talked to the seller like this past Monday. And then I was like, yeah, we can just like pause for the week just to, because out of respect, I just wanted to give them time, like,
Yeah,
hey,
bro.
sign this amendment. Like, so I just gave them like a week to,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, bro. We're dealing with humans at the end of the day. So, definitely don't even bug them right now. I would
okay,
say just get in touch with them like next week. Give them an
okay,
entire week to get their house in order and just bring up the conversation next week. Because
okay,
this week they're gonna be mourning. And they might still be mourning next week, but it's not gonna be the same as talking to them this week, the week that
right,
their sibling or father or
right,
whatever. So
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, the I told the buyer he's super chill. He's like, yeah, I get it. So everyone's kind of like on the same page right now. So
Okay. Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you should be fine then, man. So
okay,
yeah, it's just a matter of communication. Just keep your buyer in the loop because they got to know exactly what's going on. They have
yeah,
money tied up with you, earnest money. They have interest. They have energy there. So definitely want to keep
yeah.
them in the loop. So
Okay. Well, do so I'll just start reaching out to the title company and get that part squared away ready for them next week and or whenever we get started.
yes, the questionnaire that is called the affidavit of heirship questionnaire.
Okay. Thank you so much, Wilney.
Yeah, no
Really
problem.
appreciate that, bro. I had no
No
idea
problem,
what I
man.
would do.
Hit me up if anything, man. All right, guys. Any other question before we bounce out of here? Cool. Well, I hope you guys have a good week. If you guys have any other questions, put it in the Facebook group. Tag me in it. I'll be quicker on the Facebook group. Some of you guys message me, but I have a lot of people messaging me, man. So put it on the Facebook group and yeah, man. See you guys. You guys take it easy.
See ya.
That's a